And we welcome you in courtside here in San Bernardino, California, as we take you through our second match here on July 9th, 2022, second day of our final NVA event of the 2022 regular season. For the Colorado Kraken, it's time to get to work if you hope to make the playoffs, as today they take on the division champion as balls come flying in our face. Utah Stingers. Utah comes in with a 5-4 record. Yesterday knocking off the Dallas Tornadoes to win the American Central Division Championship. Good morning, I'm Ira Thor, joined alongside Mr. Worldwide Coach Matt Prosser. And before we take you too much into the setup for this match, we'll send it to the courtside. Third member of our crew, Noah Chast, standing by with today's coach for the Colorado Kraken.
Thank you, Ira, and good morning. Here with Justin Hertline coaching the Colorado Kraken for today. And Justin, a lot on the line in terms of playoffs. What was the message to your team today?
Really just to take care of things on our side of the net and not feel that pressure that we have to perform or overperform, I guess. We're just going to take care of our business. We know that we're talented. We know that we can play well against this team, and that's what we need to worry about.
No Alvaro Hidalgo. How do you overcome that deficit?
Well, we have a lot of good ball control players. We have guys that can fill that role pretty well, so I don't think that's a huge issue. He will be missed. I mean, he's a great talent. But we're rooting for him on his TV show down there in South America, so we're excited for that. And we have the players to fill that spot.
We're all certainly rooting for him in his personal endeavors. This Stingers team probably played their most complete game yesterday. What are you expecting to see from them, and how will you combat it?
I don't think we see anything much different than we saw yesterday. It seems like they're kind of settling in, they're feeling themselves, and that's all right with us. We played them really well in our first event. Our goal is to really, once again, control our side, play balanced, and then see what they bring to the table. If they're bringing a strong game, we'll have to respond accordingly.
Thank you, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, Kraken and Stingers on the way. I'll send it back to Matt and Ira.
Thanks, Noah, and that is something we'll touch on in a moment. The absence of Alvaro Hidalgo is actually for a very good reason, but let's get you set up for this matchup first. So Utah yesterday, 5-4 in the year. They win the American Central Championship. They locked in what we thought was going to happen anyway, a berth into the minimum, the NVA quarterfinals. That will happen the first full weekend of August. But they did so by knocking off a Tornadoes squad that has been up and down. Felix Chapman had 30 kills yesterday. That was the official number by the time we were down. We had 29 here unofficially in the booth. So second time this year he's reached 30 kills. And Utah still was able to win as they got 18 kills from Novo Romero, who certainly showed up when they needed him most.
Certainly, yeah. The Stingers are a very deep team, and they're very experienced. The veteranship from almost all their players. Reed Chilton, a setter, obviously Russell Holmes in the middle, Mencia and Romero on the outside. They're just a very veteran, experienced team, and I expect to see a lot the same today against this Kraken squad.
Colorado Kraken had a bye yesterday, so they will play 2 days in a row, today and then tomorrow. They have the 3 p.m. matchup Pacific time against the Dallas Tornadoes. That could very well be a winner-take-all to make the postseason. We will have to wait to see what the outcome of this is. The Kraken do not need to win this match to make the playoffs. They can still get in without it. However, they would like to change their fortunes here as they've lost 4 in a row after starting the year 2-2. And 2 of those 4 losses have come in a full 5 sets to the Ramblers and the Matadors. Taking a look at today's starting lineups. First for Utah, again 5-4. Yesterday victorious and winning the American Central Division Championship. Cougar Clark's at libero. He wears number 1. Starting setter Reed Chilton wears number 13. Outside 1 will be Novo Romero wearing number 15. Outside 2, doing much of the passing, Storm Faagatafuga, number 8. The right side is Jorge Mencia, number 9. The middles are Sean Dennis in number 14 in the middle 1 spot, and Russell Holmes will be in the middle 2 spot. They have made a change, I've been told, at libero, and will actually be in the starting spot, number 19, Wilfredo Rivera Morales, wearing the dark blue for Utah. Meanwhile, for the Colorado Kraken, setting today will be Amori Miranda wearing number 9. All-star J.J. Rosa, number 23 in the black uniform for the Colorado Kraken. Raul Patel, number 3, is the outside 1. Trenton Lance going to get the starting nod. The youngest player in the league is the outside 2 wearing number 7. On the right side will be the Englishman, Liam Jenkinson, number 5. And then your middles for this one, Zachary Halb is getting the start, number 21. And Matt Gaynor, number 20. He wears the big uniform where, I'll tell you what, if you have a player that's probably been a pleasant surprise this year for anybody, Matt Gaynor has absolutely impressed this year, and the Kraken need him to have a big effort.
They certainly do. However, for Matt Gaynor, he's got to have his hands full with the one and only Russ Holmes standing in front of him on the other side of the net.
Young man is going to have to adjust quickly. We'll see how he does matching up against Russell Holmes. That is probably a dream matchup for a kid like Matt, coming out of the Chicago area, looking up to international playing middles like Russell Holmes. And for this Colorado Kraken squad today, again, they do not have their top offensive player, Alvaro Hidalgo. The reason why, we have learned that he is not only auditioning, he has advanced in the TV show The Voice in Peru. He got a 4-chair turn. I hope I'm using that terminology correctly, because I am not I don't watch a lot of reality TV outside of Survivor. This is my reality TV. This is real life. However, Alvaro can sing, guys, and he has made it to the next round. So he is not here because he has the ability to charm everybody with his voice. We wish him a lot of luck in that process. Maybe we have another superstar, not just on the court with us.
And Ira, the 4-chair turn as that ball is shanked out of bounds basically means all 4 judges turned around saying, we like your voice, you're incredible, we're supporting you. So that's a very overwhelming success on his part. That's
like getting the golden buzzer in America's Got Talent.
Exactly.
See, I do watch a little reality TV. American Ninja Warrior. I want to try out for that, make a fool out of myself.
You should try out for that one.
I think my kids would enjoy seeing me fall into the fire. Or what is it? Oh, it's the water. You don't burn. You don't fall in the fire and burn.
That's The Floor is Lava. That's a different one.
A different show?
Yeah.
That's what they do if you've pissed enough people off doing this show.
I'd like to see you on American Ninja Warrior. I think everybody at home would too. I think the over-under would be, would you make it through the first obstacle?
I would make it through the first obstacle.
Are you
I
sure?
have decent balance.
You always bet on yourself, always.
I think I would fall
on the second obstacle.
That one where you have to go from one set of rings to the next. Well, we're already going to have a discussion with the officials, so we might as well just talk about reality TV here. But I would go down hard, and you guys would laugh and love every second of it.
I'm sure the crowd would love to see you try out for American Ninja Warrior. You'd really strike a chord with everybody at home on the couch watching, and you would definitely be the fan favorite.
Are you calling me a couch warrior?
I'm not calling you anything.
I am a couch warrior. Actually, I'm not a couch warrior.
I'm not calling you anything.
I'm the most active broadcaster you know. I hike. I go to ballparks in different cities. I watch Russ Holmes talking to our R2 today, Jung Park. Pretty much live a full life here. So they're saying that the attack by Storm is actually into the net. So this is a side out for Colorado. We are quickly underway, 2-1 lead for Utah. And this is Raul Patel to serve. Let's talk about some volleyball. There's a stuff down for the Kraken. Jenkinson teaming up with Halb to get the block down, and the Colorado Kraken trying to snuff out what has been a frustrating losing streak. And what is the call here? Is there a net violation on Trenton Lance? And it'll be a side out. They stopped that early on in the play. Sean Dennis will serve. Jenkinson swinging away. And he's able to tool the block in the quick actions of Matt Prosser, the 6'7" frame, making the catch, saving everybody here at the scorer's table.
Save the ladies at the scorer's table.
You really know how to make a first impression.
They were a little afraid of that one.
That is blocked down. Matt Gaynor with the rejection. And early bragging rights for the youngster from Chicago. Russ Holmes with the attack. That was saved by Colorado. Holmes a second try. Patel runs it down with his fresh new mustache. This time they go right side down the line, and a useful spot for George Mencia.
That's one of Mencie's favorite swings, the down the line as he's facing angle. Really has perfected that shot and utilized it nicely that time as well.
Mencia will turn 32 years old at the conclusion of our championship weekend. Big serve from him, and he unleashes the ace. Romero looking for back-to-back aces, very close to that back line. Here's Jenkinson with the power tip. Diving, saved by Mendez and sent over. What a play by the Utah libero. Patel with the power throw, and he gets it to go. Patel has come in with a brand new look. It's a confident goatee he's sporting. I've been corrected, it is a handlebar. I had to get my facial hair terminology down here. I guess he has to fill in the bottom for it to be a full goatee.
Yeah. Especially being that you're one of the consistent, 5-day, 2-week bearded shadow kind of guys.
It takes a lot of maintenance. Gotta have a good razor to pull this off. Gaynor swinging away. That's gonna come over on one. Lance was there for it, a little bit behind Trent Lance. He's able to adjust. And then that is swung wide by Reed Chilton, who was trying to catch the Kraken sleeping. They go on the outside, and that's a tool of the block. As Novo Romero gets in the kill column for the first time today. On the joust, that is won by the setter, Maury Miranda, who's getting the start today over Rowdy Martin, who's been in that starting role most of the year. I believe they're going to make a change to this call, Matt. As we're saying, this was out. So the tip is wide, and that will send us to Russell Holmes to serve 8-6 Utah. Oh, and Gaynor left that one short as he now goes to the other side of the net to join the Utah Stingers. Martin's been in that starting setting role for a good chunk of the season. Patel, that one dances off the tape, and he misses that one wide, and the Kraken have not come out with urgency today. Justin Hertline is coaching the team this weekend, as Jonathan Dacklison was not available. And the tip from the back row by Jenkinson is left short as well. Here's Holmes to continue the run. Goes long on that one. And we'll have Matt Gaynor go back to serve, but before he does, We'll send it to the third man on our crew, Noah Chess, with some information on the decision with Rowdy not starting today at center.
Yeah, I just spoke to Rowdy over on the bench, and he said it's just more of, from what he's being told, is kind of a strategic decision. He is the bigger blocker, and he knows he'll be in use a lot tomorrow going up against Felix Chapman. So maybe a decision to give him some rest, which in a playoff hunt, I don't quite fully understand that decision, but maybe it's to get some more guys mixed in. And he's letting us know that this isn't the absence of Coach Dackelson, that actually his coach is texting in directions and decisions and roster making choices from where he is right now. So there is a lot of coaching decisions going on.
Lance commits the 10-foot line violation. That's pretty good insight there, and I agree with Noah, Matt. If you're fighting for a playoff spot, you play the best guys you have available no matter what.
I agree. However, player management, jump management, that's an important factor to look at through a weekend, especially when you're playing back-to-back days.
Sean Dennis locked that one down, but was there a net violation there? I mean, Sean Dennis is 7'9".
What the Kraken is looking for is an over violation on Sean Dennis, as he actually was blocking what looked to be the set, right? However, the setter for the Kraken is front row, which makes him an eligible attacker. So if that ball breaks the plane, Sean Dennis has every right to go up and block it, which I believe is what the call is going to be from our first official. However, Sean Dennis, 6'11", hard to tell if 1% of that ball broke the plane or not, but the point's going to go to the Stingers because it's a non-challengeable call.
And I think you're right, actually. I think that was a ball that was coming over. Sean Dennis doesn't even have to jump. Must be nice not to have to jump. He literally can just get his hands over the net standing flat-footed. Good serve by Miranda. Storm tips that one over. Run down by the all-star J.J. Rosa, and Battelle swinging away. Mencia, that's collected here by the Kraken. They go to Jenkinson, the lefty cross court for the winner.
Jenkinson with a really nice attack line there from the right side. The lefty has more range than a right-hander from the right side of the court, so he's able to drive that one back to the corner nicely for the point.
A 3-point deficit now for Colorado. Got some thunder sticks on hand here today from the Chilton boys. Good dig by the setter. Here's Battelle swinging away. That one will land in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Battelle looking for hands on that one, but missed pretty badly. That was clearly over the block and well out of bounds.
Whose hands was he looking for?
I'm not sure. Someone's that weren't there.
Is Andre the Giant playing today?
I don't see him on the court.
That one's left short. Here is Battelle. He will have more success on this serve than that last attack. Nearly does. That one, however, is long. He's going to carry a heavier load today, again, without their top weapon, Hidalgo. You know, the bench is a little bit light here for the Kraken in a weekend where they need a win. And maybe some help. That dances off the tape. Patel's able to dig it. Jenkinson with the roll clips the antenna. And that will take us to our technical timeout, game number 1. 16-11, Utah on top. Back for more in a moment. Back here courtside in San Bernardino, Patel, that one sails wide as well, and he is now hitting in the negative in this match today. They gotta get something going offensively, Matt. They are shooting themselves in the foot. Utah doesn't have to do a darn thing right now except let Colorado make the mistakes.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, Ira. It's absolutely the name of the game. You got to hit it in the court as Sean Dennis gets a service ace for the Stingers. But yeah, Kraken is really not going to help their cause if they can't keep the ball in play.
That one split Rosa and Patel. We're going to have a substitution here, and Patel is going to exit. And we'll see Ignacio Morera. And that free ball goes into the wheelhouse. Russell Holmes feasting. Taking a kill away from his colleague Storm. And Dennis will continue to serve as the Stingers are running away with this set now, 19-11. Lance, reach out and stuff someone. Russell Holmes teaming with George Mencia for the rejection, and the Stingers forcing Colorado into an uncomfortable conversation. Timeout on the court, back for more in a minute here in San Bernardino. Back here courtside, the Kraken after the timeout has a pancake save by Reed Chilton. And then slugged through from the back row by Anovo Romero. Utah Stingers can do no wrong right now. And the Kraken are going to have to quickly forget that this set existed. We are going to have a challenge. And I believe they're going to be checking a 10-foot line violation, which would be logically the only thing you can challenge here. Amazing what happens when we use common sense. We didn't hear what the challenge was, as it was, they were using their inside voices this time. Couldn't listen to the huddle.
Yeah, it's definitely a 10-foot line violation.
So our official, Jung Park, as he does the Jeopardy theme song, to let everybody know we are going to have to wait for this decision. Elvin Otley is in the R1 chair for this match. Serena Smith and the veteran Patrick Bradley are on the lines. So we're looking here. So actually, what they're actually looking for, we're wrong here. They are looking to see if the ball hit the ground or if there was actually a pancake here.
Interesting.
That is a first in our time together here. We've not had a pancake challenge. It's kind of ironic because our head statistician over there, Kenzie Shan, was actually eating pancakes not too long ago. So this is all very thematic. There was definitely a pancake there. Kenzie had some syrup on hers. This one's just a straight up great defensive play. And the Kraken, they do not win their challenge bid, but they free Sean Dennis, so they get the side out after the long service run from Dennis. So well, see if the Kraken can get some momentum going. It's a palindrome on the scoreboard right now, 21-12. And this is Zachary Halb to serve. That's when the number is the same forwards and backwards. And that is a smash down by Inoval Romero from the back row. Now the lead is just 10. This is on pace to be one of our biggest set blowouts of the season here in the NVA. Here's Mencia's serve. That sails too long. And we will now see the emergence of Rowdy Martin. Today he is sporting a pink, red, and orange haircut that somewhat matches the Colorado Kraken uniform.
I'm not going to say that that's pink, Ira. I'm going to call it more of a fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
And
Fuchsia still a color?
yeah, that's right there on Rowdy's head.
I haven't heard the word fuchsia in a long time, so you're pulling out the Corolla playbook. Storm is planting that one. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what the actual hue in the Kraken uniform is. They are certainly, up there with the Texas Tyrants for the most flamboyant uniforms in the league.
That they are.
That nearly goes over on one. The joust by Martin's going to fall in. That right there in one play demonstrates the value of Rowdy Martin to this squad.
That is exactly why he has been inserted into this lineup and getting some playing time now.
This big serve by Trent and Lance. Reach out and stuff someone. Get rowdy, everybody. Matt Gaynor, too. And when you put in your top setter, sometimes good things happen. There's a big serve, handled by Romero. He'll swing away. That's blocked back. Storm ready for it. Mencia this time with the roll. That is run down by Jenkinson over on one, and the broken play will end with Reed Chilton feasting. 24-15. Chilton's just such a smart setter out there. Probably one of the more underrated setters in the league. But
he's very smart, very experienced, and very unassuming as well. He's a big leadership role in this team as well.
Reed's got 5 kids from my memory here. And I believe three of his boys are here today watching his dad play. So their dad plays. So good chance for them to see firsthand his leadership, which will result in a Sean Dennis kill and a Game 1 win for the Utah Stingers. 25-16. They lead the match 1-0. Game 2 coming up next here from the Pierce Sports Center. Come back for more. Utah looking to continue its success. Back here courtside, San Bernardino, California, Ira Thor, Coach Matt Prosser, Noah Chast is here. Nick England is probably playing with his dog, as he typically does when he's not on the mic. And we look at the box score from game number 1, Matt, and there are a lot of times where we can say that the stats don't really paint an accurate picture. Oh, they most certainly do right here. Game number 1, the Kraken, just a 50% service reception rate. Utah Stingers passing at an 87% rate. That's just astronomical. And then you add into the fact that the Kraken have hit at a 25% rate with 8 attack errors, 6 of which are basically unforced errors.
Yeah, 25% hitting efficiency is not conducive to a set win or even sniffing a set win, especially when you get blown out 25-16 in the opener. Not a very offensively impressive game played by the Kraken that time.
I don't know where you turn to right now. Maybe Liam Jenkinson? I don't know who else can get it done offensively. It ain't going to be Patel, not when he's going one-on-one with George Mencia. Oh my goodness, a stuff that will resonate.
That's not the start that you wanted to see from your team either if you're a fan of the Kraken.
Is Raul going to go after him again? No, he goes differently. Wise decision. There's Storm from the back row with the roll. Trenton Lance, that one stuffed back. Sean Dennis says, take this.
No, Sean Dennis says, I'll spike your spike. Throws it back down to the corner with his great vision and patience that time.
Basically, that's what he did. He took his little attempt at a spike and spiked it right back in his face. That's an aggressive play by Sean Dennis. Miscommunication by Colorado. And this time they do get the benefit of the bounce. Patel teaming up there. Zachary Haub had the other touch. Look at this, though. They've gone back to their original setter here, Maury Miranda, almost like that they have given in to defeat in this match. Sean Dennis swinging away. Trenton Lance can't handle it. And Utah out to a 4-1 lead. And just to be clear, that is no disrespect to the starting center for the Kraken, Amore Miranda. It goes more to the difference that Rowdy Martin has made this year and with his athleticism. As Noah Chest, we were talking about off the air, Rowdy is potentially one of the best pure athletes on the court for either team.
And he's that spark plug that the Kraken need to make some big dynamic plays at the net and also get the team fired up a little bit as well.
That's absolutely right, Matt. And you saw at the end of that last set when Rowdy came in, a couple blocks from the team, and there just seemed to be more of that Kraken energy we're used to seeing.
And that's a great point, fellas, because you can't even discount that part of his game. The energy he brings is almost more important than what he can do as a setter. He makes mistakes out there. He's not a perfect setter at any means, but he makes up for it in other areas. They're going to go here to Lance. Down the line. Good change in direction for Lance. He has not been utilized a ton this year in a prominent offensive role. Maybe he's that guy today.
Yeah, Trent Lance, 6'5", opposite hitter. Very young, but still has great talent. Certainly got away with one that time as Mency decided not to block for some reason, but he could be the difference maker, but only time will tell.
Mencia gets blocked back. Trenton Lance teaming with Zachary Haub, and that's 2 blocks here early in this set. And J.J. Rose is talking a little bit through the net here. Utah finally got a little energy. That's a misfire from Mencia clipping the antenna. And suddenly, Utah scored, giving up 4 in a row here. And Kraken have themselves a run. And Patel dumps a float ace in the back corner.
Well, there's a long way to go still in this set, so if I'm the Kraken, I'd be careful. You don't want to poke the bear too much now. It's only 6-3 here in set number 2.
And on that note, Matt, that's sort of when the Kraken are at their best, when they're poking bears and ruffling feathers.
They're saying that's 4 touches, and he's right, because Elvin Otley saw what we saw. It was a joust, but if it's a joust and that is the 4th ball, you cannot be the first one to touch the ball.
Correct, and it's a non-challengeable call as well, so there's nothing the Kraken can really do about it.
That is a timing play right there. You're the 4th touch. You have to make sure you are not the first one to make contact, especially when our lead officials looking right across the net.
Yeah.
Those are the easiest ones in the books to call. Dennis, your server. That one is going to take a friendly bounce for Colorado off of the support beam and be dug over on 1. They go back to Zachary Haub as he's able to put that one through. Lucky play for the Kraken. That ball was going to sail out of play and hit the right part of the ceiling.
Yeah, they definitely got a home court advantage bounce that time off the rafters.
So the lead is 7-4. Good serve. Storm was ready for it. He'll swing away. Jenkins in cross court, got it. On the air. As Storm swings away for the winner. And Colorado into the net, and Utah able to get the side out. That's left short. Good pass there by Romero. Storm swinging away. J.J. Rosa. That is brought back by Miranda. And that won't be able to be saved by Utah. What a defensive play for today's starting center, Maury Miranda, to keep that one alive off the Rosa big dig. And then Colorado clawing for that point. As that one sails long. Good pass by Rosa. Here's Trenton Lance. That one left short. And side out to Utah as they close the gap. Now 10-8. Trent Lance will serve here after the error by Utah. And That one will result in a kill from the outside from the reliable Nova Romero. Romero, again, yesterday helped to carry the load for Utah as he finished with 18 kills, hit 62%. On a day where 3 players reached double figures, he also got 13 kills apiece from Storm and Mencia. That goes right into the wheelhouse of Mencia. And an easy play, bang, 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 Sean Dennis with the cap. As Patel misses wide. That's another attack error for him. Patel, when he got pulled in the first set, was -5. He had 1 kill and 3 errors. Now is up to 3 and 4. Nighttime. Mencia, that one can't be collected off the net. Miranda tried the kick save, and Mencia gets the kill as Utah has taken the lead back at 12-11. Total destination on my Napa Valley tour. Stop here for some culinary food. Oh! The mismatch. Patel goes one-on-one with Cody Wong and gets rejected. Wong comes in as a sub. The monster stuff. Timeout, Colorado. Back for more in a minute. So Cody Wong comes in, gets a huge stuff down. Smallest player by a long shot on the court for Utah. Well, I don't even have Wong's height listed. If Sean Dennis is 6'11", Wong can't be any more than 6 foot.
I'm going to say there's probably about a foot difference between the two. I'm going to go with 5'11" and 6'11". But that's unofficial statistics, of course.
He might be 5'11", but he got up there to shut down Raul Patel, who is listed at 5'11" himself. And quite frankly, when I look at the two of them together, Patel's got an inch on him at least. Storm laying out for that pass. Great set by Wong. Patel again, over the block, diving to save that one is Mencia. And then finding the corner, finally we get a smile from a Nova Romero. He keeps such a straight face out there. But that time he couldn't help but smile. As we will see another substitution. This is for defensive purposes. Patel is out. Morera is in. So the error pushes it back to Colorado's side. They're now down 3 after being up. And that is poked over. Sneaky, sneaky Cody Wong. Swinging away, and that time a triple block shutting down Nova Romero. Jenkinson able to get the block there with Haub. Off the block, Dennis was able to recognize, looked like a carry to me. They let it go on, and Storm with the benefactor of the kill. That was a carry and a half.
Well, if you weren't previously aware, Sean Dennis is an avid beach volleyball player.
He's an avid carrier. Or maybe his arms are just really long and he has to have that motion. Either way, I disagreed with the call, but the ball never lies, and that one is left short. 18-14 Utah on top. Don't roast me in the chat, everybody. I just thought it was a carry. Storm looking for Mencia, tries to clip it off the high hands. Rosa leaves it for Trenton Lance, and that one is stuffed down but out of bounds by Dennis and Mencia. They couldn't believe it. Now, Sean Dennis looks over to Russell Holmes. They are considering challenging this, and I believe they are going to do so. They feel that block was in. And, well, Utah has not used the challenge yet. And we'll see if this is successful for the Stingers. Colorado used the challenge in the first set. It was not very good. We'll see if Utah has better luck. That looks pretty in to me, Matt. What do you think?
Yep. So that is clearly inbounds.
Utah Stingers come over to take a look. They seem very pleased with the outcome of what they see. And that will result in a stuff down for Sean Dennis and George Mencia, no doubt about it. And that is why we have a challenge system for plays like that, those bang, bang blocks that are hard to see, but clearly on video that was in. And Sean Dennis will serve 19-14. This has been a long run for Utah. Wong nearly laid out for that one. It'll fall in. That one certainly packed a punch. Nova Romero was shaking his wrist out after trying to dig that one up. Surprised more of these guys don't sprain wrists with how much pop comes in these balls. And that is put down, but wide. Substitution we had here in the middle is Fabian Rohina has come in, replacing Coach Holmes. As Mencia follows through with the winner. And Utah leads 20-16. Colorado needs a side out here. Mencia got a piece of it. Miscommunication, but it'll be sent over by Utah. Rosa runs it down. Here's Storm with the roll shot. Oh, what a save there by the Kraken. And saved off the net by Gaynor. Broken play all the way around, and ultimately Storm missing wide. Side out Colorado. That was a mess. Here's Liam Jenkinson with the toss. Storm swinging away, and this time finds the center of the court. (21-17) Stingers with a 4-point advantage. Trying to take a 2-0 lead in this match. Punched in the air with the stab by Mencia. Romero, that won't fall. Over on the errant pass by Rosa. And this time left short and over. Romero had the back pedal. And that one step eliminated the chance for full approach, and he misses short. So Kraken are hanging around here. They're within 3. Utah had a chance to run away with this set after the early lead by Colorado. Here's Trenton Lance. That one will sail into Pasadena. I left at 5 o'clock for a 7 o'clock game, and we got there at 30. And that one will slide down the line. Jenkinson with the winner. Storm from the back row. That will split the block. Not being able to believe it's Zachary Hobb. He just has a look of just how the heck did that ball get past me? Cody Wong, 24-year-old setter. He'll have to wait his turn to serve as Colorado calls timeout. 23-19, we'll take our final break here in game 2, back at the conclusion. Back from the timeout, and Zachary Howe able to get in the kill column. No, they make the change. They said there was a net violation on Colorado, and that's going to give Utah set point. 24-19. As Cody Wong will look to serve Utah to a 2-0 lead in the match. Miscommunication there off of the serve. That is an ace for Cody Wong. And the Utah Stingers, they take care of business in game 2. 25-20, or 25-19 officially, and they win this set and lead the match 2-0. Back for the third set here at the Pierce Sports Center. Rejoin us in a bit. Back courtside here in San Bernardino, Pierce Sports Center. Ira Thor, Matt Prosser, Noah Chast. Nick England is in the house, we believe. He'll be with us for our next match, which will, again, be a 2 p.m. start today. We have a adjusted schedule today. We don't have the normal 3 hours in between matches, and that is because we have our inaugural All-Star game tonight at 7 p.m. So our next match will be at 2 p.m. That will be the Stunners against the Seattle Sasquatch. The Stunners looking to complete the regular season at 7-3 before the postseason begins. And we will close the day at 4:30 with the match of the day for sure, as the Southern Exposure take on the Las Vegas Ramblers. Ramblers looking to close the regular season on a 6-game winning streak and a impressive 9-1 ledger. As we could conceivably, Matt, have a team finish the regular season 10-0 and 2 teams at 9-1.
Conceivably, yes.
And, I mean, barring some surprises, I think with the exception of the Las Vegas match, that's not a sure thing, of course, with how Southern Exposure can really beat anybody if they're on. I would think that both the Stunners and New Jersey will finish a combined 17 wins at the top of that division. Las Vegas, I just don't see anybody beating them right now.
No, I don't either, and just goes to show the style and brand of volleyball that those 3 teams have been playing here at the end of the season, headed towards playoffs.
As that one is left short, as we've had a change here for the Colorado Kraken. Dylan Haskell, who has been in the starting lineup quite a few times this year, is now out there at middle hitter. Number 11, he's an Oxnard, California native, 6'7", left that one short. They go back to Haskell, dug up by Wong. Rosa able to run that down. It clips a wire over the court that supports the screens that separate this facility, and then that is just a wide open swing. Mencia, nobody in his face. It's interesting this year that the top 4 teams in the league the top 4 teams in the league this year are pretty straightforward. Oh, that one is stuffed down, but out of bounds. Storm able to tool a monster block. But going back to my original thought, the top 4 teams in the league this year clearly delineated from the rest of the league. New Jersey, Las Vegas, Texas, and the OC Stunners. Clearly your top 4. Who is that next team? Is that the Utah Stingers? Are they that next team after the Elite 4? They can be. They have pieces to be there. As you just see Storm smashing that one down. But the inconsistency from Utah this year makes them hard to have a lot of faith in.
It does make it a little bit challenging to have faith in that team. You know, look, when they're playing well together and they have their starting, 6 or 7 out on the court, they can be a very good and dangerous team and a very challenging team to beat. So, yeah, are they, number 4, number 5? Absolutely. But as you can tell, you just never know kind of what team you're going to get on any given day.
When the year started, I thought Southern Exposure would be in that conversation, but they have been completely up and down this year. I mean, quite frankly, with the way that they have played this year, are fortunate that they're still in control of their own destiny for the playoffs.
Fortunately for them, they're in the conference that allows that to happen, right? Where they've missed out on a couple of victories that they probably should have taken care of. And they put themselves in a tight spot now in the final weekend of the season, still trying, they're still on the outside looking in terms of making the playoffs.
And that one is left short by Patel. So Utah has vaulted out to an, I was going to say jump, but this is a vault. 8-2 lead. And Colorado's going to make a substitution here. We'll bring back in Rowdy Martin. And he will play some more Miranda. By the way, I misspoke on the morning show today.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I said that the LA Blaze had not clinched a playoff berth. I was not right. Nick England was correct. And not because the LA Blaze are playing well right now. Quite the contrary, because the LA Blaze, with the loss to the Texas Tyrants this morning, find themselves now stumbling into the playoffs with right now what is a 5-match losing streak, 3-6 on the year. They still have to play the Untouchables tomorrow. But the Blaze are in the playoffs, and that's because they're in the same conference as the Chicago Untouchables and the Seattle Sasquatch. So it's not like the LA Blaze have maybe earned their way in. In this case, they've kind of backed their way into the playoffs. And you know what, though? Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you get in and you get a fresh start. And that is what the Colorado Kraken are going to look to do coming out of this timeout. They want a fresh start. They'll talk this over. We'll be back in about a minute for the continuation of Game 3. Back here courtside, Sean Dennis will be in the serving line for the Utah Stingers. They have a commanding 10-2 lead here in Game 3. As the Colorado Kraken are on pace to fall to 2-7 on the year after what was such a promising start. Here's Patel swinging away, and that got through Sean Dennis. Storm swinging off the block, tooling it, and out of play for the kill as he got that one by both Martin and Gaynor. George Mencia will serve. Lead is 8. Utah Stingers looking to finish the regular season on a high note. They will improve to 6-4 if they close this one out, as we have no reason to believe they will not right now. Broken play off the net. Well done there by Fabian Rahina. And then ultimately it doesn't matter. Matt Gaynor with a highlight reel play. You didn't even have to look at that. You felt that one. Wong goes to Storm. That's going to split the block as well. As he's having a great effort here today. Storm for Agata Tafuga. 6 kills coming into the set. He's already put away 3 here, so he's closing in on a double-figure effort. Jenkinson leads the way for the Kraken with 6 kills entering this set, but my goodness, after 2 sets, nobody else for Colorado had more than 2 kills.
Yeah, it's been a very uphill battle for the Kraken all match long. And they're facing another mountain to climb here, down by 6 early on in set 3. Make it 5 now.
That set by Wong, I should say, is over the head of Romero, which is hard to do at his height, but a little misconnection there. Rare mistake in this one for Utah. They've been playing a fairly perfect match, and quite frankly, making Utah beat them, or making Colorado beat them, and they can't. Not the way they're playing today, as that is put away by Romero. Here's Rahina to serve. Martin tries to save it, cannot after the errant pass from J.J. Rosa. as that is an ace for the Utah Stingers. Fabian Rahina. The 28-year-old will serve here with a commanding 15-6 lead, and Colorado, their day may end early if they don't figure things out quickly. Storm off the ping pong, able to get it over. Attacking on two, Rowdy Martin doing his thing. So he'll serve with the side out for Colorado. The Kraken started the year 2-2. They lost to the Stingers in a 5-set affair in their first ever match in the NVA on April 8th. They lost to the Tornadoes decisively the next day. Second event on Mother's Day weekend, they annihilated the Seattle Sasquatch in the second and third sets, but that first set was 36-34. And then the Kraken, in one of the biggest upsets in the league this year, beat Southern Exposure 23-23-19. So, the Kraken had a great start, but they haven't been able to sustain that level. As that set is outside the antenna, and Nova Romero trying to convince the official that that was a good play.
I don't see what the problem was. Looked okay from my end.
Fine. Legal in every aspect of the game. Here's Trent Lance to serve. No bueno.
And Ira, you guys were mentioning that clear kind of top four tier in the NVA, and are the Stingers quite at that level? Right now they're maybe that fifth team. And in the few of the losses the Stingers have had this year, I've talked to Jorge Mencia, and he's assured me, he says, we will be ready for the playoffs. We are there. We are a former NBA champion, and we have the talent and the experience. It's just we have to get all of our guys together. And this might be one of the first weekends that they were seeing a completed full lineup for the Stingers, and we're seeing what they're capable of. But as you mentioned, it is that consistency. Can they do it the way that the Stunners and the Tyrants and Freedom and Ramblers seem to do it game in and game out?
Well, when I look at potential playoff matchups for Utah, and they're going to play one of the big dogs at some point, and as a division champion, they will play a wild card to start off. But I think of the four big teams above them right now, the Stunners, Freedom, Tyrants, and the Ramblers, I think the best matchup for them is actually Texas, as Storm able to connect for the side out. They actually did not play Texas in the regular season, as the American Central Conference, they didn't play, I'm sorry, the American Central Conference did not play the National Central, which is the Tyrants, Blaze, and the Untouchables. So that would be a matchup we haven't seen this year. We've already seen Utah lose substantially to the Freedom 18-19-17, so that's not a great matchup. Lost to the Stunners 16-22-21. And they lost to the Ramblers 15-21-23. So Utah didn't really put up much of a fight against those three teams.
And despite those three not very close losses, there's never been an ounce of worry in this Stingers team. They've sort of known who they are and what they're capable of, and kind of just took those losses in stride. And again, after every match that they happen to lose, they said, this isn't us. We're capable of more, and we know that, and we want to show it. And the record hasn't proven it thus far, but they're coming to form at the right time, as opposed to some other teams entering the playoffs, like you said, the Blaze, who have lost 5 in a row, and the Kraken and Exposure, who are teetering and just looking to barely squeak it in. So having that divisional win, giving them a more favorable matchup, will help them in the start of the playoffs. But like you said, eventually they're going to find their way into those 4 top dogs.
Well, when you take out those 3 losses that we just talked about against the big 3 teams, the Stunners, the Ramblers, and New Jersey Freedom, the rest of the way, Utah just is 5-1 on the year. Soon to be 6-1, as this match is well out of reach for Colorado. So Utah's beating the teams it's supposed to beat. They just got to find a way to beat one of the teams that they haven't been able to beat, haven't supposed to beat. And we'll see what happens when the postseason begins in August. Patel for the back row with the big swing. Patel digs that one up. Martin looking for Jenkinson, and he's able to get the kill. So Colorado hanging around, but still a 20-12 deficit. Utah 5 away from closing the regular season at 6-4. Storm tooling Rowdy Martin for the kill. And Sia will serve. 21-12, another palindrome on the scoreboard. Blocked back, sent over here by Trenton Lance. Storm swinging away, Rosa there to collect it. Roll shot by Patel is red. Here's Mencia. Trenton Lance with the stab at it. And that is ultimately blocked down by Jenkinson and Matt Gaynor. And Colorado with the ace. Liam Jenkinson. As they wipe up some perspiration here on the court. And that one is wide. And we're going to have a challenge here from the Colorado Kraken. Challenging whether there was a touch. Utah leading 22-15. They have led by as many as 10 here in this third set after winning the first two games in decisive fashion, 16-19. Again, we invite you to stick around for our third match of the day, slated to start at 2 p.m. It'll be Matt Prosser's OC Stunners looking to finish the regular season 7-3 as they take on the Seattle Sasquatch as they begin their final weekend of the regular season. They've lost their last two. That is a National Coastal Division matchup. 4 teams have byes today: Chicago, Dallas, the Inland Empire, and New Jersey, who tomorrow will play the Seattle Sasquatch with an opportunity to finish the regular season a perfect 10-0. Be the first team in NVA history to ever go unbeaten. And the officials say there was indeed a touch by Trenton Lance, and the Stingers had a little insult to injury here as they win the challenge. And Storm will serve. Storm for Agata Tafuga will serve. And he leaves it short. Clips off the tape. Gainer with the quick reflexes from the back row. Patel with the power dump. Oh, and a sharp angle smash. Inovo Romero. And he puts his hand up, apologizing to Dylan Haskell, who took that one. Was that Trenton Lance? Lance is the one who was worse for wear. This is match point 24-15. That one is long, so match point number 2 will be coming up in a moment. And we will have a victory for Utah here that will be an hour and 20 minutes. Two errors in a row. Utah is unraveling before our eyes. Match point number 3, Rowdy Martin to serve. And Sean Dennis with an excuse me kill. He shrugs it off. And that will end this one as Utah takes game number 3, 25-17. And they are victorious today in 3 sets. 25-16, 25-19, 25-17. Utah Stingers, they improve to 6-4, and they win their final 2 matches here in the American Central Division this weekend to close the regular season, heading into the playoffs in the right direction. Colorado Kraken pulled a 2-7 in the year, their 5th loss in a row. They are not eliminated yet. Tomorrow they will take on at 3 p.m. the Dallas Tornadoes in what very likely may be, Matt, a winner-take-all match, but I don't like their chances right now. I don't like the way they're playing. No. I don't like the energy on the court, and I don't think they have an answer for Felix Chapman tomorrow if all the chips are on the line.
Yeah, it's going to be a very big challenge for the Kraken to take down the Tornadoes. Obviously, we know what Chapman can do, but the rest of the Tornado team as well, expect them to contribute very heavily for that match, and the Kraken have a real test in front of them to make the playoffs.
Well, Reed Chilton started this match at center. Cody Wong came in as a substitution to begin game number 2, and he quarterbacked a great effort for this Utah Stinger squad. Cody Wong, with a solo block to cap that off, is our man of the match, and he's joined by Noah Chess on the sideline.
You said it, Ira. Cody Wong, our man of the match. You came in set 2, take over setting duties, and led a well-balanced attack. What was clicking for you guys today?
Our passing really picked up, and our middles made it a lot easier to spread the ball out. And so once the ball got to our pins, it was a super diverse game, and it just made it a lot easier for us to attack. So, yeah.
How difficult or easy is it for you to kind of step in and take over those setting duties?
I mean, with seasoned veterans like Reed Chilton and Mike Beitato, who's not here with us today, I mean, it's easy, like just to watch and to learn from them, and to take advice from experienced guys like Mency and like Russ, and so it makes my job so much easier to be able to learn from really good players.
You had a pretty emphatic solo block earlier in the match, and as someone a little closer to my eye level, how does it feel to really get up there and stop some of those bigger players?
It's kind of an indescribable feeling. I mean, it's pretty cool, man, to just be up there with the big guys and to hang. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be here and trying to do the best that I can do.
Well, I wish I could jump up and block like you can, but I cannot. But Cody Wong is our man of the match. He's jumping, he's blocking, he's setting everyone on the court, leading the Stingers to another victory. He's our man of the match.
And thank you, Noah. And I'll tell you what, he came in and did a great job, and he said diverse. That's the great word, because in this match, nobody really needed to be that dominant force. Storm will go down as the match leader in kills with 13. He almost beat the Kraken by himself. The Kraken had just 19 kills in this match, 38 for Utah. Utah hit 23%, Utah 42%, and the Stingers hit passed at a 76% clip today. Just a well-rounded effort by the Stingers and a Kraken squad that they got to figure this out quickly or their season is over.
Yeah, the Stingers just too much talent, too much experience, really too much attacking and power from every position on the court. Even the setter getting involved as well, and it was all Stingers today. Kraken had no answer for him.
Next matchup is, again, a 2 p.m. Pacific time start. It'll be the OC Stunners, 6-3 on the year. They are in the playoffs. The Seattle Sasquatch are 1-7. That is our next contest, the third of 4 regular season matchups today. And then our All-Star game, of course, at 7 p.m. tonight. So again, join us again 2 p.m. Pacific for that one. Thanks to our entire crew and for my partner Matt Prosser and Noah Chast. I'm Ira Thor. Thanks for watching this one. Talk to you in just a bit for match number 3 of the day. Back for more.